Picture this. You wake up, get your morning, coffee, and breakfast. Then, you sit down and start to read your local newspaper. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Well, have you ever thought about the amount of work, time, and dedication it takes to get that simple newspaper to your doorstep almost every day? Hello teachers, students, and fellow paper carriers. My name is Dante and I am a 4-year, well-established neighborhood paper boy. I'm here to talk to you about my life as a newspaper delivery person. My calling came back in October of 2010. I wanted a job and I wanted one badly. So my dad got me an interview with the Burlington Post. I dressed myself in the very best clothing I owned, my first communion suit. When I arrived at the office, I could feel many eyes staring at me. But I didn't care. I knew I looked good and I got the job. As I began this new journey, I realized that the weather is a huge factor in my line of work. I have to deal with snow, ice, rain, as well as heat and the possibility of sunstroke. And there is no compensation for extreme weather conditions. I still have to get the job done. Now, my street is not the most kid-friendly area. In fact, the majority of my customers are 70 plus and are a little neurotic about getting their papers on time and in perfect condition. Some even want the paper delivered to some secret location in and around their homes. But what can I do? The customer is always right. All this work comes for a price, but not a very high one. My base salary is $1.15 a day. The only true bonuses come at Christmas time. At Christmas, any newspaper boy's favorite time of the year. As the weather gets worse and the papers get heavier, the tips and presents start coming in. Not only do I get some added extra cash during the holiday season, but I receive a few gifts as well. The best one being the yearly box of turtles. I had never even had a turtle before I became a paper carrier. My explanation of life as a newspaper boy would not be complete if I didn't tell you about some extraordinary experiences that I have had. There are the cat and dog issues that include constant barking, hissing, or purring as I approach the front doors, but nothing beats the story of the cat dog. Yes, you heard me, the cat dog. I once had a customer who insisted that I come into her home to meet her pet, John Henry. She swore that John Henry was half cat and half dog. My parents forbid me to ever go into that home, but that was strange. Even better than John Henry was Gilbert. Me and my brother first met Gilbert on our walk home from school one day. He was small and red, with pointy ears and a bushy tail. Yes, Gilbert is a fox. I began seeing Gilbert a lot during the winter of 2011, but the scariest encounter happened on my birthday that year, February 2nd. It was a Wednesday, approximately 4:30 p.m. It had just been a snow day and the street wasn't plowed. I pulled my wagon through the thick, heavy snow and managed to get all my papers delivered. I was on my way home when it happened. Gilbert appeared right in front of me. I was so scared. We looked into one another's eyes and then he did it. He let out a huge growl. I never ran so fast in my entire life. I made a beeline for my house and took my wagon with me. As I approached the end of my driveway, I couldn't help but take a quick look back. Gilbert hadn't moved an inch, but his stare was enough to get me inside very quickly. So that's about it. My life as a newspaper carrier in a nutshell. It has been so cold that my mom has had to drive me to each house on my route, and so hot that I've had to bring a jug of water with me in my wagon. I've also put myself in some dangerous situations, but I get the job done. Who knows, maybe John Henry is Gilbert. I'm not sure what you think of the entire process, but however fascinating it may sound, if you ask me, I am way too underpaid.